Hey guys, it's Vince over at CG Vinyl Studio. Right now it's a little after 10 o'clock in the morning, and we've got the P7000 fired up, and today we've officially broken a record. This sheet of vinyl is $103. Again, I cannot emphasize how sheet optimization is key, and you can see here those strange logos that you see there. Those are center of gravity markers for RC aircraft. Those markers I came up with in functional graphics I've discussed before are amazing to add high dollar profit margins for virtually any industry. We see functional graphics everywhere, from signs for bathrooms to whether it be signs outside, signs for direction, automotive use. I mean, I see a lot of clients doing that. They'll make, we have one client that's a mechanic. He'll use them for oil change stickers all the time. I mean, it's much easier to produce. It's much less costly on the shop. And again, whatever functional graphics you can use, these are without a doubt the easiest money, especially since you can specialize in that specific genre, because a lot of times you can't find the graphics that are functional for an application. I'm an electrical engineer by profession, and typically I do a lot of electrical logos, and whenever I'm doing schematics and I put them on vinyl, huge benefits for my clients. And again, very, very easy to go through. You can see that printer laying down the ink. Go through and handle any type of questions right there using the vinyl. And again, you can see a big white space coming out on the vinyl. And this, believe it or not, is a very unique graphic because it's custom made. And what it is this client wanted these graphics in white. So again, when you get graphics in white, I've discussed this in a previous video, it's always a benefit because, again, we're not wasting any ink. Now, when I said $103 on this sheet, keep in mind, if we factor in all ink being used, and I can pull up the accounting tool for the P7000, which I really love, it lets you actually quantify what your investment is on the ink. It doesn't quantify it on the substrate, however, it allows you to add it if you'd like to. But typically you're looking maybe on a 15 by 25 inch sheet at about 60 cents, 40 to 60 cents on average. So pretty amazing profit margin. I do not know many areas as far as manufacturing you can make this kind of money. It just depends, once again, on what you guys are coming up with as far as being creative. But this by far is, I believe it's the most profitable sheet we've ever actually created. And again, the center of gravity markers, these have been a big hit. Even if we let these go, and I think sometimes we let them go at $3, they sometimes can go up to $8 depending upon the avenue we decide to sell them. If you're selling them, whether you're doing friends and family through PayPal, you mitigate all fees. Pending you have the trust built in, you're usually fine with that. I would definitely be careful using USPS right now. As far as shipping, it's been ridiculous as far as getting them to be consistent without losing packages. But overall, they definitely have in the past been more reliable. You can see here I'm doing some Cub logos, and this is Piper Cub logos. You can see her going back. These are really popular. They come out really nice. And again, everybody in aircraft typically is familiar with a Piper Cub, and we get a lot of requests for these. So again, you can see here we've got that big blank white space, and you'll see when the sheet is done what this sheet will look like. And again, utilizing the Sumi, you can see just how close to the edge we can come. So we're really optimizing all of that space to make as much profit as possible. So again, I will continue the video once this sheet is completed. We'll show you the finished product, and you guys will be all set. But keep those ideas flowing, because I'm telling you now, staying with functional graphics, very easy to get huge amounts of profit. So stay tuned for the second half. Okay guys, we've got the finished product right here. It's been cut already. And again, $103 sheet. This is, again, just how easy. And again, you can see the actual white graphics that we did for the client. And we do have a weed box around here. We do have our Piper Cubs over here. Over here are CG markers, and over here are custom AMA labels. And again, when I say the word custom, you already know, like I've said in previous videos, that means cash. So looking at a sheet like this is 25 inches long by 15 inches wide, you can easily see just how easy it is on such a small sheet to make that kind of money. It depends, again, on the genre. We get a lot of questions on that. You know, understanding using functional graphics with your particular genre, that is going to increase the value that much more, especially if they're not being produced. Center of gravity markers weren't being produced. It was something that I've always wanted to do. I feel that it's a usable graphic, and the guys just love them. So again, it's just a matter of what genre you're in, looking at it and saying what's missing. And if you're able to say what's missing and you're able to continuously do that, you're all set. As far as actually these graphics, I'm going to just weed them real quick. I'll come over here. I'll let you see these. These are custom. They should come right up. I'm just going around, and you notice I'm on the far side. I'm just pulling gently, because we do get asked about weeding too. How does it weed? And again, weeding is a technique. Everybody has their own technique for doing it. The big thing is to stay slow and stay smooth on whatever you're doing. And if you stay at a 90-degree angle or very close to a 90-degree angle, we always find you get a much easier result, especially on intricate graphics, because it's not a finished product until all of the vinyl that's excess is removed. Doing that right now. We'll come right here. There we go. And there's one. Once again, staying at a 90-degree angle, you can see everything comes up. And if you do get any tails that come up, it's very easy to just reset the vinyl as far as putting it back down. Very, very easy. There we go. Right off. Again, much bigger areas are naturally easier. Just put pressure there, lift, always against the angle coming into you, and she will just release. We'll move over this way a little bit. You always want to be on a nice flat surface. And we'll come over here and just push that out. Come right out. And we'll come right here. There we go. Release. That way. You can also pull and lift depending upon where your edge is. You'll see I'm doing that right now. Just lifting, and graphics came right out. You can see once it breaks free, there you go. Down and perfect. And here's your perfect set. So again, it's a matter of seeing these in great detail and seeing exactly what we've got, so that we can present them to the client. We actually cut 3. He ordered 2. We always give our clients, we try to give them an extra one. And again, that's just our business model. Everybody's is different. But when you're making that total profit, it does make it much easier for you guys to come up with ideas to offer even more value to your clients. One thing I want to bring up, we use foam dabbers. These dabbers are used for intricate type weeding. They will not scratch. They allow us to put pressure on certain parts of the vinyl that are very intricate. If you're doing very, very close letters or something of that nature, these work amazing. And we will be offering these in the store. We've gotten asked about these in previous videos. They work absolutely amazing. They're also exceptionally good for removing any type of debris you find on the vinyl prior to printing. You can just touch it and it'll just stick to it and come off. These are clean room wipes. So again, totally acceptable to be used. It's similar in a cleaning tool like you would have for painting, except considering the fact that vinyl is much less forgiving, is in that once it started the process as far as you printing and as far as you beginning lamination, you need to make sure everything is clean. If it's not clean, your work will never ever look the way it should. It'll have dust, debris. If you read the forums at all on graphics, you'll find out very quickly just how many people have problems with that. We've solved that problem by using a wet lamination process. It works amazing. And again, it's taken me a couple years to come up with the idea of it, and you can see the end result. Again, our labels, anything with labels for clients where they can't get them anywhere else, very, very, very easy to produce and super easy profit, because where are they getting them? Okay, our turnaround time on these are very, very quick as well. I've had clients certainly order, depending upon what application they're using them for, they can get overnight delivery if they have to. As long as it's not at the end of the day naturally, or during a time frame. If we let them know, a lot of our clients will give us a heads up ahead of time and say, hey, we're going to be ordering this. We can let them know ahead of time and beat their deadline easily, unless they need it overnight. And of course, then it's just making sure it's not near a weekend or a holiday. We do offer Saturday delivery. It's very expensive. So again, depending upon what you're doing, you can come down here and show them the pipers. It just depends on what you guys want to come up with. Again, these are very, very popular in our genre. And you can see how many sets we have. We usually sell these in sets of 2. So again, 25-inch long sheet by 15 inches wide, and that's $103 right there. Breaking down, once again, if we go into the inks, I think I said 60 to 70 cents. That's about on average on ink on a sheet this wide. And you figure in the vinyl. Once you factor that in, even if you figure in the vinyl at, you know, $4, $5, whatever it may be, break it down, guys. I mean, it's really not that difficult to break down. So overall, as far as a business model goes, extremely clean, extremely easy to produce because the robots are doing most of the work. You'd get this same result. Maybe the color patterns might be slightly off using a different inkjet printer, but again, you can remaster them to get the ink palette as close as possible. And when you factor in just owning a cutter, whether it's, you know, we've got the Suma, you don't need a Suma to begin with. Naturally, you could use a Cricut, or we have clients using Cricuts, Graphtex, Rollins. I mean, it's endless. It's just dependent upon what you guys want to do and what level you're at. But realistically, the profit never changes. So keep that in mind. Overall, I hope the video has been helpful. We'll be doing more videos in the future. Naturally, I've got a lot more projects to show you. I want to cover some things on transfer tape. But again, it gives you a generalization. Everybody wants to know how much we're going to make. How much are we going to make? I hear it all the time. What kind of profit? You know, what do you recommend? Charging for graphics. We'll be doing more videos on that. Again, it varies depending on the work involved. But overall, this is what can be done when the sheet is maximized. And again, I don't know what cutter you're using. Our cutter, again, using a Suma, you can come really, really close to the edge here. And again, we are using the rollers, or we're using the roller format of higher tension on our rollers, but when it runs back to catch the registration marks, this machine does not need a lot of room. The Graphtec used to need quite a bit, about 3 inches, before you could actually catch the registration mark, where you'd have issues. So different robots definitely have different sensor points, so that's something to keep in mind. But overall, you see the finished project, and I hope you guys keep the questions coming. Once again, you'll see our contact information at the end of the video. CG Vinyl, you can contact us through direct email or again through the eBay store. Once again, we are taking custom orders. We get that all the time. Please message us and let us know what you'd like. Thank you for your time. Take care.